Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. No good night because we don't anyone to sleep now because the meeting is going to start. So no one should sleep now. So we are doing our 58th meeting and the theme is the end is just a new beginning. No matter how hard the past is, you can always begin again. This is a theme that our Toastmaster has put in, and thanks to our Toastmaster of the meeting, Sanjeev Kumar, to have this theme. Just a quick point that let's all, in whatever way we can, just have some prayers or whatever way we can, we just do that, send some good thoughts and all in terms of having peace in the world. I think it's really important that the situation that's unfortunately going on in the world today is hopefully stops soon and everyone is peaceful with one another and stays in a happy way. So let's send positive vibes, positive thoughts, so that all this becomes well again very soon. With that, I would like to hand over our gavel, virtual gavel, to the Toastmaster of this meeting, Sanjeev Kumar Sharma. Huge round of applause to Sanjeev. Since we're not able to hear you, Sanjeev. Still an issue, I think.
We heard you earlier on, but we can't hear you now.
Yes. We'll wait for him to come back.
Shomesh, do you want to embed the speaker so we can carry on until he joins in?
Okay, and then, okay, that's fine. So we have the two speeches today. The second speaker hasn't come in yet. The first speech is by Anvita Hegde, but I think actually before we start our speeches, I would like to invite our grammarian of the meeting to help us with the word of the day. Thank you very much, John.
Okay, thank you very much. As you can see on our other computer, which is sitting in the corner there, it says a language evaluator, and the word of the day is prospect. It's a noun, singular, but prospects is plural. Yeah.
Am I audible now?
Yeah, you're audible now. I'm just doing the grammarian and then you can come back.
Yeah, sure, no problem. Yeah,
Just
sorry,
ease it up.
apology for all this.
Carry on. So the possibility of likelihood of some future event occurring. So the prospect. There was no prospect of a reconciliation. So we hope there is a prospect of a reconciliation between Russia and Ukraine. A person regarded as likely to be succeed or as a potential customer. Norwich unbeaten heavyweight prospects. And then it can be used as a verb. Prospects, third person present. The company is also prospecting for gold. So there's two ways you can use prospect, prospects, or prospecting. So I've been listening out all the way through the meeting to see if you are using the word of the day. I'll also be noting down some words that I find good, and then see if there's any words or phrases or sentences that need altering or not so good or need improvement on. Back to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Thanks, John, for introducing yourself as a grammarian role. as my connection was very not good, and my voice was not reachable to everyone. So as a Toastmaster, today I'll start with the theme. The theme of the today, what we set here is the end is just a new beginning. It's a really inspiring for me, and of course, it's all for all of us. And it says that there is no end of possibility. Like after every night, there comes a day, and there is no perfect time to start. The moment we think we can begin with all possibility, we have some prospect uh, to start at any point of time. So instead of regretting our past, whenever about the hard time, what hard time we have come across, we can always start with a new beginning. Keeping this in mind, let's forget for the moment and begin the meeting with this meeting with the wonderful people around us. So as said that we have divided this meeting into three parts. The first part will cover the prepared speeches, and in the second part, it will be it will be a table topic, and third part is the evaluation. It would be the speech evaluation as well as the general evaluation. So to just introduce you, the role holder, I think the John has already introduced his roles as a grammarian. I would then request Rosiana to introduce herself as a timer. Over to you, Rosiana.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the evening. As a timer, I will time only the table topics and the prepared speech tonight. Thank you. I'll give my report at the end of when
Okay.
called by the general evaluator. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Rosiana. So I would now request the general evaluator to introduce herself.
Hi, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, good day. Nice to be here. Okay, as the general evaluator, I think we are our Toastmasters, so I don't need to go into detail, but I'll be recording the proceedings of the meeting, and I will report at the second half of the meeting where I will invite the technical reports and the evaluators. Over to you. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for the general evaluation introduction. So now we have a two prepared speech today. The first, the prepared speech is from the Anvita, and second is from the Sabria. And the evaluator for the first prepared speech is Rikishu. So I'll just hand over to Rikishu to introduce to say something about the Anvita speech. And yeah, over to you, Rikishu.
Hi, fellow Toastmasters. For Anvita's project, the purpose is for her to learn or review basic research methods and present a well-organized, well-researched speech on any topic. Let's look forward to the topic. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Ricky. So Anvita, you can go with your speech today. Anvita, can you hear?
Imagine that you are
Thanks.
sitting on the soft sand, warm sunshine enveloping your skin, mellow breeze combing through your hair, and the steady sound of ocean resonating in your ears. Don't you feel happy? Good day, Toastmasters. Did you know that not only is the beach fun, but it is healthy too? I did not know about this till I researched for this project. According to a study conducted by Garrett in 2021, people who live closer to a coast reportedly had better mental and physical well-being compared to those who lived further inland. Another study conducted by Peng in 2021 says that people who live in homes with an ocean view felt calmer and had a greater sense of well-being compared to those without this proximity. Why is it so? Why are beaches good for us? Why are beaches healthy? Today, I'm going to share 5 reasons for that. Number 1, it is due to the sound of the crashing waves or the repetitive sound of the waves hitting the shores. According to Orfew Buxton, an associate professor of behavioral health at Penn State, the soft whooshing sound of the waves are sounds of non-threats. That is why they calm us. It is as if they are telling, don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. These sounds help our brain achieve a meditative state. Most of us get the best sleep of our lives at a beach. That is because the sound of the waves works together with the natural rhythm of our brain to produce a deep and relaxing sleep, which is very important to be stress-free. Second, it is because of the color of beach, which is blue. Blue has been proven to have a relaxing effect on our brain. Most people feel a sense of serenity and tranquility when they observe the color blue. The color blue has been used for centuries by psychologists as well as behaviorists to relax their patients. A study conducted by Mehta and Zhu in Jan 2022 showed that the color blue enhances our cognitive performance, whereas the color red causes avoidance. Third reason is due to the smell of the salty beach air. The air near a beach just smells different. Have you ever wondered why? Don't you feel happy when you take the first breath of the deep and cleansing salty beach air? That is because of negative ions. Negative ions are not negative for us, they are good for us. They are just oxygen atoms with an extra electron. They are necessary for revitalizing our cell metabolism. They purify our blood. They get rid of the pollutants and allergens present in the Earth's atmosphere, which causes us discomfort. They help in balancing the automatic central nervous system, which is responsible for functioning of all major glands. They also have an antidepressant effect. That is why we feel healthier if we go to a beach. Fourth reason is due to the texture of sand in between our toes. Walking barefoot on the sand stimulates our physical and mental well-being. Our feet has various nerves and acupuncture points. This is activated when we walk on the sand. Our body can absorb negative ions from the Earth's surface the same way our lungs can absorb these ions from the Earth's atmosphere. According to a study published in the Journal of Alternative and Complementary Medicine, the Earth is negatively charged. When we walk on the sand, we connect with that energy. This produces warm feelings in us, which makes us happy. Fifth reason is the sun. Serotonin, a neurotransmitter which is considered to be the body's natural mood stabilizer, is released in us when we are exposed to the sun. Vitamin D is also produced in our body when we are exposed to the sun. Vitamin D is needed for calcium, phosphorus, and for bone metabolism. Vitamin D deficiency can lead to bone weakness, reduced bone mineral density, osteoporosis, and various skeletal deformities. Beaches can cure seasonal affective disorder as well as depression due to the sun. Dear Toastmasters, when you have the sand below and the sun above, you will have peace within. A day at a beach is never lost time. Try to spend time in beaches. When the warm grains of sand touches your heart, you know that you are in the right place. Back to Tia Modi.
Thanks, Anvita, for such a nice speech where you have introduced the spiritual and scientific benefit of which I also have experienced the same when I was long back when I was in Chennai, India, and I did meditation. I used to do meditation on the beach name. It's a very famous beach there in VGP Gold Beach. So where I did this meditation, I experienced the same what you said. So now moving to our next speech, and the speech evaluator for the next speech is Satya. So I'd request Satya to introduce, say a few words about the Sabaria speech. Over to you, Satya.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Unfortunately, I don't see the speaker having come in today. Sabaria is here.
No, I
What looks
don't
like
see.
she's not in.
No, she's
Yeah,
not.
I think I have to shift or postpone my evaluation for the next time.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. So maybe we can utilize this time for the next section of this meeting, which is a table topic. So if Liz is agree and if she is ready, then she can take the other round, the table topic, and we can have this table topic now. Yeah, Liz.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Sanji. Wow,
Thanks.
well, we have a wonderful word, prospect. Now then, so therefore, within the topics will be prospect words or similes or words that relate to it. And also the theme. So I'm doing a bit of a mix and match today. So we'll listen very carefully, because I'll only say this twice. I will repeat the topic, and then I'll say the name and repeat the topic again. So first one is, what's the prospect that you will travel to the moon? What's the prospect that you will travel to the moon? Let's give that to Teresa.
Thank you very much, Madam Table Topics. Fellow Toastmasters, what's the prospect that I will travel to the moon? No prospect at all. It doesn't interest me. I like to see the moon. I liked when my children were little, and I used to say, I see the moon and the moon sees me. And of course, it was a little rhyme that I would do at bedtime. However, I love watching the autumn moons, the harvest moons. Those are incredible. And I believe that I want to be able to see it from far away and not actually feel it under my feet. The prospect of me meeting the moon is only going to be in fairy tales or in the night sky. And I like it that way. Madam Table Topics.
Wonderful. Thank you so much indeed for that, Teresa. Okay. So what's the possibility, which is another name for prospect, I believe. What's the possibility that you will become the world champion of knitting? Sumesh.
Thank you very much, Madam Topics Master. The possibility is zero. No prospects of becoming a world champion of knitting. Neither a world champion of public speaking, if you want to talk about that. one of the things that we have to understand here is it's a journey. I think people start the journey and they continue the journey. And someone who is actually a world champion of something would continue that journey even after becoming the world champion. It's not the end of their journey. And this is the most important thing that we have to realize. The journey never stops. The journey continues. Someone who is on a starting stage and someone who is a world champion, their journey still continues. And there is no end to perfection. So therefore, it's very important to understand that we see many times that people think that I will perfect this a little bit more, and then I will go out and I'll do the things. But that's not the right way to do it. The right way to do it is do it. And the more we keep doing it, the more perfect we become. And the more perfect we become, the more we are having the chances of becoming world champion of whatever we want to be. Thank you very much, Madam Topics Master.
Well done. It's good, that one. Okay, I hope I pronounced this correctly. Is it the Burj Khalifa? Is that how you pronounce it? The Burj Khalifa, the tallest building in the world, I believe. So the Burj Khalifa, or the Great Pyramid of Giza, which do you believe has the best prospect or view? Burj Khalifa or the Great Pyramid of Giza, which do you believe has the best prospect or outlook? Let's give that one to, we'll give it to Sathya, seeing as he's not going to be evaluated today.
Thank you, Table Topic Master. Good day to all the fellow Toastmasters here today. Burj Khalifa it is in Dubai, and the other one, I don't think I have visited that. Burj Khalifa, certainly I visited that. And it's an elegant structure. And I thought of a prospect of going to the tallest floor there, but we were allowed for only 132 floors. It goes through an express lift and you have to pay some dirhams, their local currency. And we visited that. I liked it very much. In fact, there is a story behind that. When that building was being built, the entire Dubai city was not so populated, it appears. Not many buildings at that point in time, but as they continued to build and it got occupied, many residential apartments, flats are also there above 132 floors, owned by many rich people around the world. When I visited there, in fact, I looked around the city, no doubt, liked very much, a lot of lighting, but also felt I wish I had one flat or an apartment in that building. Unfortunately, I don't have that kind of money even to visit the building. I felt was quite expensive for me, but at that point in time, that was the only desire or wish. Maybe next time, in my next, whenever I become a human being, whenever it is, or in fact, if I go back, reverse my age, they say in the UK, particularly, I was thinking of telling to John, they are doing significant research in reversing age. It appears in another 5 to 10 years, they are going to come with a medication or a tablet, single tablet, which you can use for 20 diseases. Today, for each disease, you have one particular medication or a tablet or injection or whatever you call it. I'm looking forward to that. I'm quite ambitious. Perhaps that day will soon come when we'll have a medication for reversing my age and going back and owning a flat in Burj Khalifa. Back to Table Topic Master.
Wow, that's amazing. Thank you for that story. So the theme of the end is just a new beginning. So we're looking at things around inspiration and new things happening and each day dawning. So one of the quotes that we hear is, tomorrow is a blank page. Well, tomorrow may be a blank page, but what do you already have in it? Well, within reason. Tomorrow is a blank page. What do you have in it already? And we'll give that one to, how about Ricky? Ricky, are you good with that?
Thank you. You are right. Tomorrow is indeed a blank page. Every single day is a blank sheet of paper for us to fill in, for us to draw something on it, for us to design our perfect day. This is what I do every morning. After I have waken up, I visualize in my mind how my day is going to be. I imagine myself going about doing my work effectively, efficiently, and dealing with my family and other people well. Everything just goes smoothly. As I have programmed my mind, I think the program runs according to the plan. Sometimes, just sometimes, it went a little haywire, but it doesn't matter. I'm a computer programmer myself. I know computer programs can have errors, and errors are opportunity for us to debug in order to find out what's wrong in it so that we can improve and perfect the program. The day is just like a program for us to fill up, for us to perfect it. Ladies and gentlemen, how about starting now? Imagine tomorrow is a perfect blank sheet of paper. It's a blank page for you to write the first paragraph, for you to draw something on it. And who knows, you will just live out just like what you imagine. Topic master.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, always start with that blank sheet for a brand new day. So we'll look at the ends of things and the beginnings of others. So how would you celebrate, or how have you celebrated the end of a project that you may have done, whether it was cooking a cake or a PhD? How have you celebrated the end of a project? Who have we got left? What about Fatma?
Now, this is a very interesting question. As the district admin manager, I have left 4 months, and today I was talking to my team. I have 6 members in my district admin manager's team. And over the past months, every 3 months or so, we used to celebrate being a team, working together. And now that Liz, Table Topic Master, has brought that question, it takes me back thinking how as a team we're gonna celebrate our ending, the effort, the love we have put, the giving we have given to district members. Of course, as admin team, people think we don't do much work, but only we know how much work we have contributed. So we're gonna have a big meal, come together and share our love and the work we have done. And most of all, we'll be celebrating being a team, what we call as the best team in District 102. Over to you. Prospect. Thank you. Prospect, okay. Prospect.
So a big banquet's going to be had for all in D102. That's amazing. Now, today's the 5th of March. It's the 64th day of the year. What plans do you have for the other 301, if any? What plans do you have for the next 301 days of the year? I'm running out of people, I think. Oh, go on, John. I'll give that to you.
Yes, very interesting question. Well, me and Fatima have got a 5-year plan, and we're about in our 2nd to 3rd year. So on our plan at the moment, Fatima's, well, I've got on there 2 courses that I want to do. in the next year. There's one course I'm starting on the 8th, which is a course on English, teaching English. I've just finished a grammar course and then a teaching course. And then I want to set up so that I'll be teaching English online when I finish this 12-week course. It's with Bridge, which is from Colorado in the United States. It's I think it's a well-known place for people to actually train as teachers, let's put it that way. So that's on our plate this year. We've got August, we're looking to go to the UK this year. So we've got that planned in there. May, we've got planned in to go back to the Maldives for a week or so again. So that's on our plan. And I think the other thing on our plan, but that's probably next year, is Umrah and Hajj, which is, we've put that back from 22 to 23 because of some restrictions of going to, and the allocation they're given to actually for you to go to the Saudi Arabia. So that's our plan. And I say we've had the 5-year plan. This is our second year into the 5-year, or third year. Is it our third year? Third year into our, third year into our 5-year plan. When we finish this plan, we'll start another one, 5-year, if we're still about. Okay, back to you.
You forgot to talk about the marriage vows.
Oh, the marriage vows, sorry.
Oh, you're having them as well? Awesome. We could all zoom in on that. That would be fun. All right then. We've still a bit of time, but I'll just do this one more because I think there's only Anvita left. So here we go. Again, March the 5th today in 1910, a guy called Momo Ando was born. Now, I don't know if you know him, but he was the guy that invented the instant noodles and the pot cup noodles. Now, question, what's your favorite noodles, if at all you like them? Amrita.
Now that is a very difficult question. If you would have asked me a question about rocket science or something related to a complex chemical compound, I would have answered it. But question about noodles, extremely difficult. Good day, Toastmasters. It is very difficult for me to answer that question because I like all forms of noodles, veg noodles, fried noodles, etc. And I love noodles of different companies too. Maggi noodles, Nestle noodles, Top Ramen noodles, everything. I don't have a particular choice because whenever I think of noodles, my entire childhood comes in front of me. Every week on Saturday, the breakfast was fixed. I used to have noodles because my school used to start exactly at 8 a.m. It was very early because I used to get up at 7 a.m. So the only dish which I could gulp down in 2 minutes was noodles. And then I remember my study days during college when I used to stay awake till 12 a.m. or 2 a.m. in the night. Suddenly, I used to feel the pang of hunger in the middle of the night, and there was noodles to my rescue. Within 2 minutes, I used to prepare instant noodles, gulp it down, and continue to study. So if I am a software engineer today, thanks to noodles. And then again, I remember the initial days of my marriage. I got married about 1.5 years back. I didn't know cooking at all. Again, who came to my rescue? It was the instant noodles. I used to prepare noodles every single day for almost 2 months till my hubby got tired, and then he taught me cooking after learning from YouTube videos. But 2 months I was somehow able to manage because of noodles. Today I had to give a speech and my brain was just muddled up. So many statistics, so many data, so many research. I was tensed. And then again, there was noodles which came to my rescue. I had noodles just 1 minute before the meeting, and immediately the entire speech came in front of my eyes. So thanks to noodles, I was able to deliver my speech today. So again, to answer your question, I like all forms of noodles. It is a crime to pick one. Back to the TTM.
I love it. your husband had to teach you. Actually, I do have one more, because there is a couple of people who haven't had a go, and we'll have just about enough time, I think. So this one is about inspiration and who inspires you the most. Who inspires you the most? And I believe Kumar hasn't had a turn yet. Have I? Oh, sorry, oh, hang on. Did I do it with you, Sanju?
No.
Who inspires you the most?
Yeah, this is a very interesting question for me. So there is nothing specific for me with whom I inspire. You can say I take inspiration from everyone, whoever has a good quality, good kind of things, good. If I found, then I inspire with them, because every person has good and bad thing with them. So whatever good comes in front of me, I get inspired with them. And apart from that, mostly I inspire with this universe, the infinite universe. Whenever I get time, I just try to search or study about the planets, how these planets are, and that's kind of a very amazing experience for me. The planets and this skies, this nature inspires me a lot. Yeah, over to you, those topic masters. Thanks.
Well, I think we've had a lot of prospects today, a lot of fabulous speeches, a lot of mini suggestions and table topics from that perspective or prospect. I'm even getting the word of the day wrong now. I better hand back over to the Toastmaster of the day before I say anything else. Thank you all. Back to you, Sanjeev, Toastmaster of the day. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Liz, for the wonderful topics across every member. And now we are just moving to the speech evaluation sections. So where I would request Ricky to do the speech evaluation for the speech, Anvita's speech.
Anvita, you gave me the beach, the sand, and the sun, and you gave me yet another thing, curiosity. I wonder how you were going to present a research speech out of these three elements. And you have made my day, because your speech has been appealing to me, and it has been so convincing. It appeals to me because of what you say. Don't worry, because I used to worry. And you say, sleeping by the ocean makes you sleep better. And that's the problem I'm having right now, insomnia. So you have appealed to my situation and make me want to listen to you more. Your arguments and reasons have also been so convincing. You listed 5 reasons, and all based on research, based on science. You quoted a number of resources, and all this make your speech even more evidence-based. And at the end, you concluded with some very audience-oriented statements. Like, for example, you know you're in the right place when you do this and you do that. So I feel that after you have researched, the purpose of the speech is not just to inform us about the information, but it is for our benefit to apply in our own life. Your speech has also been so sensory, as I can hear the sound of the ocean, touch and feel the texture of the sand. You also make use of your virtual background, and that make me feel peaceful, as well as your body language. Hand gestures purify our body, for example. I can only think, what if you are presenting in a non-Toastmaster situation what you could have done better. What if you are doing this without virtual background? The good news is you will still be as effective as you are today. The only thing today, as you use your virtual background, sometimes your hand gestures are somehow obscured by the transparency of the virtual background. The second what if is, what if you're presenting to a general public? Will a 5-year-old child understand what you say? Well, this is a bit extreme, but if we all can present to a speech that a 5-year-old child can understand, I think it is very successful. Anyone else will be able to understand. So with that, I think the citations or the quotations that you give, you might want to make use of some visual aid. Slides are one example. Another one is a piece of paper or picture showing what you are trying to say. So I started out with curiosity. I ended with delight, because you have delighted me with all the experiential, so that I can experience something out of your speech. I suggest a few ideas for you to consider the what if scenario. Thank you for a delightful experience.
Thanks, Ricky, for the speech evaluation. So now I'd be requesting the timer to present the timer report. Luciana.
Thank you, Toastmaster. All right. For table topics, I start with table topic. Teresa, DTM Teresa spoke for 1 minute 38 seconds. DTM Somesh spoke for 1 minute 22 seconds. Satya, 2 minutes 07. Ricky, DTM Ricky, 1 minute 43. Fatma, 1 minute 20. John, 1 minute 55. And Vita, 2 minutes 22 seconds. And Sanjip, 1 minute and 4 seconds. Okay, now let's go to speech evaluation just now. Ricky spoke for 3 minutes 17 seconds. Thank you. Back to you.
Thanks, Regina, for the detailed presentation of all the speakers' time. So I would now request John to present the grammarian report.
Good evening, everybody. And yes, I've got a big long list of people that have used the word of the day, prospect. And there is no doubt about the winner, because she used it so many times. The table topics master. Liz, I think, wait a minute, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think it was going at 8. And then you've got 8, but other people, Sanjeev, Teresa, a couple of times, Samesh, Satya, Fatima. I actually used it once as well when I introduced it. So I get that one as well. Okay, so everybody sort of was in there on the word prospect, but our winner is Liz, that used it over 8 times. Again, on the language evaluation, improvements. There doesn't seem to need a lot of improvements. The language was okay for today. Some of the good usages, or the words that I found which were very good, and I think Ricky, in his evaluation, resonating in your ears. You can actually just feel it, the waves, and it actually takes you back. Sounds of the crashing waves. Meditating state. Then we got the salty beach air. All these are coming back to me. Sand between our toes. Well, I can tell you something. We've been back from the Maldives about 2-3 weeks, and I've still got sand in my shoes. and I can't get rid of it, even though I keep banging it. The sand's still there. So apart from in your toes, it's in everything you're wearing, to be quite honest. And some of the other words, no end to perfection. Yes. And we got some things that come up, pang of hunger. And of course, we've got Avita, noodles to my rescue. Where have you heard that? Noodles to my rescue. You know? Nature inspires me, from Sanjit there. Audience orientated from Ricky. And you can tell he was talking about Anvita's speech. And the speech was sensory, when we were visualizing, because when you're hearing the word, you start to visualize what those words are, and it takes you back to a time when those things, when you did have sand between your toes and the crashing waves. So these are the words that I found that resonated with myself tonight. Back to you. Should be the general evaluator, but back to you, Sanjit.
Thank you, John, for the very lucid grammarian report. And now I think we are the end of the meeting, and would request Fatima to do the overall evaluation. I understand I at one place I took the Fatima role, so I really apologize for that. Okay.
I was thinking what I'm gonna do tonight.
Yeah, I realized later on. I realized I'm sorry for that. Okay.
I like to carry on anyway.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I'd request you to do this overall evaluation of this meeting. Over to you, Fatima. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster of that day. Now, the theme you have chosen, I think, is quite interesting. My only comment would be, come up with a theme that gives meaning. Of course, I'm not an English teacher, but it says the end is just a new beginning. I think that is really good, but then you add on no matter. Maybe that takes the context of you know, what you're trying to come up with a theme. I will just leave with, you know, the end is just a new beginning. As for the meeting, I think we are having a very good meeting. We had one speaker and there was supposed to be another speaker. Until throughout towards the end, the speaker didn't turn up. And I think as responsible members, I know all of us, we have busy commitments, but it be just before beginning of the meeting, or, you know, in time, if we can let others know that we will not be available, then somebody else can pick up or do something different to make the meeting more exciting. So just a caution on that. And also, I think another thing is, I would like to thank Anvita, our VPE. She does a brilliant job contacting each and everyone here, especially the speakers. She will just, you know, chase us to give her the title, speech title, information, and she is really one of our valuable members. So I would like to thank Anvita. And I can see that one speaker has not given a title. Again, I would like to encourage all the members to give full support to Anvita, so that when we send out this agenda to guests, it looks more professional, and it will show that as members, we are committed to, you know, add value to the meeting. I think one comment, we had a very good speaker, Anvita, she is a brilliant speaker, and we had the evaluation from distinguished Toastmaster Ricky Su, who is one of the evaluation champions in District 102. He always does very good evaluations. My only suggestion would be, you have given very good evaluation on the content and delivery. At the same time, as an evaluator, you were present in there and you had your head cut. Even now, maybe you can move back, because you are demonstrating how, as an evaluator, we would be. And when you showed, when you were trying to show your hand gestures, I think it was again cut off, probably the way you are situated. It's just to, it's a reminder to all of us here. Sometimes when we are on the virtual world, we tend to forget these little things that can come up. John is doing this, I still have time, so cut off. This is the thing with husband and wife sharing the same screen. As for the table topics, Master, you are fantastic. I think this is one of the most exciting, interesting table topic sessions that I have seen by any table topic master. Why I'm saying is, you took us on a journey beyond present to future to reflect and think, and it was thought-provoking. So well done, topics master. So those are my few comments. And as for Toastmaster of the day, you have done very well. You're a new member, I think few months, but you have integrated and carried on being the Toastmaster of the day. Well done. So thank you all the members, and okay, not forgetting my lovely husband, the language grammarian. Anvita, are we doing the counter or we leave it?
Yes.
Or?
Yes, I've noted it down.
Okay.
I'll give my report now. Toastmaster Sanjeev, your crutch word is a. Teresa, you have used one unnecessary and. Somesh, you used one unnecessary actually. DTM Ricky, you repeated the word just twice. One just was unnecessary. And John, you had one unnecessary R. I have come to the end of my R counter report. Back to Fatima.
Thank you so much. And that concludes my report. And over to you, President. I think we have Kathy giving her her contest is on. So probably I will also quickly run away, handing over to President for his remarks. Over to you.
Do you have the link, Fatima?
Sorry?
The link to the contest, is it in the group?
Yeah. Kathy is doing now. I think she's just now
Okay.
after this meeting. Somesh, you wanna say a few words before we run off?
Yeah, I would actually ask if our Toastmaster wanted to end the session. Did you have anything, Sanjeev?
No, nothing from my side, Somesh. Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Sanjeev, and all the role holders and all the speakers, all the evaluators, each and everyone here. Thank you so much for joining and making this event a successful one by your presence, by your enthusiasm, by your contribution, and by sharing your wisdom with us. Thank you so much. Just a quick announcement in terms of our different things, in terms of our club's existence itself, really. One thing is the fees for the 6 months, next 6 months, it's due by end of March. And then the next one is in terms of our new committee, which should start from July. So please do come forward and nominate yourself, or you can nominate someone else with their consent. So please do that so that we can continue to have these sessions every week and have a thriving club with lots of new members lots of topics, lots of discussion items, and lots of interesting thoughts that we can have in terms of how we progress together. Thank you very much.
Shall we take a pic?
Oh, yeah.